Welcome back to Simply Women's Health with CJ. Today I want to talk about induction of labor. That is basically taking a body that's not in labor and putting it into labor, or taking a body that is in labor and giving medication to accelerate or speed up the labor process. There are 3 different kinds of induction. The first one is called elective. That's basically an induction of labor that is scheduled because you requested it. Typically, it is scheduled at 39 weeks or beyond. The next is called medically indicated. That is an induction that is recommended by your provider because you have something going on and your provider feels as though it is in either yours or the baby's best interest to be delivered within a certain time frame. Some of those conditions would include elevated blood pressures, diabetes, ICP, intrahepatic cholestasis of pregnancy, if your baby isn't growing properly, if you have too much or not enough amniotic fluid, if you have an infection within your uterus, if your placenta is prematurely separating from your uterine wall, and finally, if you are more than 2 weeks beyond your due date. The third kind of induction is called augmentation. That is basically a person who is already in labor, and for whatever reason that labor has stalled out. Medication is given to help strengthen those contractions and move that labor along. Induction of labor does have some advantages. If this is not your first baby, it allows you to figure out childcare for your other children. It also helps for people who have family who have to come from far away to help you. For my military mamas, it allows your partner to come home from deployment within a certain block of time to maximize time with the baby. Some of the disadvantages: induction of labor can take longer than natural labor. It also, depending on what study you read, can increase your risk for a C-section delivery. And finally, you are at increased risk to have a postpartum hemorrhage. How you are induced is very dependent on what's going on with your cervix. So prior to getting scheduled, your provider is probably going to want to check your cervix, especially if you're a first-time mom. Normal cervix is 4 centimeters thick. It is closed tight, it is in the back of your vagina, and it's as hard as your nose. A cervix that is ready to labor, or ripe, you'll also hear it called favorable, is opened or dilated, thinned out or effaced. It is rotated, it's now in the front part of your vagina, and it's as soft as the inside of your cheek. If your provider checks your cervix and it is not ready for laboring, they will probably bring you into either the hospital or the birth center in the evening. They may put some medication into your vagina or a balloon into your cervix to help you get ready. Once your body is showing signs that it is ready to labor, they will give you medication called Pitocin through an IV. Pitocin is a synthetic form of the hormone oxytocin that your body makes to create contractions. If your cervix is favorable, it's thinned out, it's opened, it's soft. Your provider may offer to sweep your membranes in the clinic. That actually can decrease your risk of needing to be induced. Or they may bring you in the morning. We usually let our patients eat, but I always tell my patients, eat food that you don't mind throwing up later. Keep it simple. Tea, toast. When they bring you into the hospital, they will probably check your cervix. They may decide to go ahead and break your water and see if labor comes on its own within the next couple of hours. Or they may start an IV and give you the medication Pitocin in your IV. Once you are in a good labor pattern, active labor typically starts within 24 hours of the induction process. They will break your water. To be honest, contractions with Pitocin do hurt quite a bit. If you are planning on laboring without an epidural and you do end up with Pitocin, I recommend you give yourself permission to get that epidural. Here's the good news: recovery after induction of labor is no different than natural labor. Do you have questions about having your labor induced? If so, I hope you'll leave those in the comment section below. While you're in that comment section, I would sure appreciate it if you'd hit that like button.
You're still here. Thanks so much for sticking around through the entire video. If you feel as though this information has been helpful to you, or you think you know somebody that might benefit from the information provided in these videos, please feel free to like it, share it, and if you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you did that. Any and all support that you can provide is so greatly appreciated. As always, these videos were not created as a replacement visit with your healthcare provider, rather as a place for you to come for basic, reliable information that is non-biased and hopefully allow you to figure out what questions to ask your healthcare provider at your next visit to best meet your healthcare needs. Again, I appreciate all of your support. If you want to contact me, my information is at the top of this screen, and I will put it in the comment section of this video. That's all I have for today. This is CJ. I'm at your service.